Sikoa. We got that boy, the honorary Oos,
Yeah,
Sami
that was some
Zayn.
BS.
We got Paul Heyman, and then of course we got. I'm not sure. I don't think they are yet, but they're on track to be the longest reigning tag team champions in
They got a
WWE
while to
history.
go. They
Yeah,
still got
the
a while to go.
Usos.
They got at least
Uh,
another month maybe or so. They got
you know
30
what?
one month or two because I think they were like 40 days away, so they got like a month or so.
Tuco, I kind of had this conversation going a different way, but it's the
Hmm.
GOW. We never stay on track, man. You know, man, we here, there,
Right,
everywhere. ADD at its
right.
finest. I want to talk to you about Solo Sikoa real quick. So Solo
You mean how
Sikoa,
they took that title off of them?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I want to talk about. So I was like, okay, Roman Reigns is the the undisputed WWE champion, Universal champion. Then you got the Usos as the tag team. Lonnie, what's going on, brother? And then you had Solo
Lonnie.
Sikoa as the NXT North American. I'm like, okay, cool. Everybody outside of Sami Zayn has a championship. This makes sense. You called him up and had him defend the belt one time on SmackDown, and then you got Shawn
Hmm.
Michaels saying, well, yeah, that wasn't a sanctioned match. I'm like, bro, I understand if you wanted to take the title back off of Solo, whatever. But damn, he could have just wrestled in a match and lost, and then you still could have achieved what you achieved. Solo became the NXT North American champion because he hadn't done it. He brought it to the main roster, defended it. Bam. Okay. And if you wanted to call him up for good, you could have had him go down, lose to Carmelo, or lose in the Fatal Five Way, whatever the hell they got going on coming up anyway. And then there you go. And he could have went on the main roster about his business, and they could have addressed that later. What did you think? Because the internet wrestling community were hot the way Solo lost his title on Tuesday.
Because it was some BS, man. I mean, y'all allowed the match to happen, and then you want to come a week later and say, "Oh, it wasn't sanctioned." Like, come on, man. Like that was
Yeah.
some that was some BS. You put the title on him because what did we say? We said it doesn't make sense to take the title off of Walter right now because he's hot with the title right now. So don't take the title off of him just for the bloodline, just for that. Sikoa got to kind of earn his way.
Yeah.
The North American Championship was okay because
Mm-hmm.
you could still have him go to NXT and he could defend it. Now, like you say,
Yeah.
he could have had a match with Carmelo Hayes and Trick could have came out and you know interfered in a way where Carmelo would have retained the title again. Okay, cool, no problem. All right, shenanigans, cool, whatever. But this is where it would have been nice if Roman Reigns was on last week's show
Yeah.
so when he had the title, he could stand there with the bloodline with all the belts, even though they got the bloodline dynasty belt that Rikishi presented for him. But it's still you could have did that. You could have had that moment, but maybe they're saving that moment. But I don't know how long you're saving that moment because I don't know how much longer you plan on having these guys hold all these titles. Like you want
Yeah.
to give the Usos the longest reign, I think that deserves to go to the New Day, but they'll have the most titles, so the
Yeah.
Usos can have the longest reign. The Usos won't catch uh New Day. I don't think they'll ever catch the New Day. The New Day will eventually win tag team gold again before it's all said and done,
Yeah.
unless an injury happens to one of those two, because we don't know about Big E, so it's only
Yeah.
down to two. But
Right.
I expect those two to get tag team gold again, so I'm not really pressed about that. So you want certain teams that have definitely established themselves to have, you want certain teams to have certain records, and if the New Day is going to be the most tag championship wins and or tag team title holds in WWE, the Usos can have the longest reign. Those are two of the most established tag teams you have in WWE right now.
Right.
Anyway, so it's like what? All right, cool. I'm fine with that. But Roman holding on both titles, we're still wondering how long that's going to go on. Uh, I'm not sure if they're going to beat him and then have the person that beats him separate the titles, but it probably would make sense that way. But we'll see how long this Roman don't show up on TV because it's been a minute since he's been on Raw. We've
Yeah.
seen him on SmackDown a
Yeah.
couple of times. We ain't seen
Yeah.
him on Raw, so we'll see how that plays out. But Sikoa, what happened with Sikoa? That was kind of that was
What
lame.
up, bro?
That was a lame excuse. What's up, Fro? That was a lame excuse. I think that was a lame excuse to take it off of him. Um, It's okay. It's NXT. It's okay if he would have lost on NXT. It's not like he hasn't lost on NXT before. It's not like
Right.
Sikoa was walking around undefeated. That would have been a different thing. Now, if he's undefeated in NXT and you didn't
Yeah.
want to have him take the loss, okay, I could have got that. But he's not undefeated in NXT, so you could have had him in a match. There could have been some shenanigans. He could have lost the title, or y'all could have just waited until the 5-way. You could have just did a 5-way and just said, "Hey, we're gonna do a 5-way." All right, cool, no problem. And then he could have lost the title. Then he didn't even have to take the pin. It's a 5-way. There's so many other people that could have took the pin. He could have lost the belt. You can push him to the main roster, and then you can continue to try to push him and groom him. Right now, I don't think he had a good showing against Riddick Moss, no doubt
Yeah.
about it. But I don't think he's ready